Hello, and welcome to Tea is Good, Books Are Better, the podcast where we drink tea and talk about books. I'm Raven.
I'm Jess.
We're going to start off this episode with a quick shout out to our loyal patrons, Tobias and Jake. Thank you so much for your continued monthly contributions and keeping us energized and going. You're the best. So yesterday we were supposed to record and Jess had to cancel because she had a migraine, which is fine. We forgive her for that.
You got
And what happened today when you got home from work?
Oh, the freaking power was off.
So she almost had to cancel again.
God damn it. But thank God it came back after a minute of being home.
Mm-hmm.
What was a good save?
A good what?
A good save. Good save? Is that what you call it? I don't know.
It coming back on.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call that a save, but
Okay.
but it came back on, so that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
It has been super windy today.
Mm-hmm. I haven't really noticed because I've been inside all day.
Yeah.
But Johnny's stepbrother, who works in the same warehouse complex as I, was talking about it. Like, it was crazy, apparently.
Yeah, I went for a short drive, and I felt it like moving my car.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah. It's just like, how is it that much force?
Right? On the drive home, Johnny's stepbrother also picked me up sometimes. There's like freaking tree branches everywhere, all over the roads.
Mm-hmm.
So I live in like a heavily forested area.
Yeah. Like leaves flying everywhere, and when I went to, like, I drove from Jake's to Mom's to like grab something, and there was like, what do you call those trucks that just have like the yellow flashy lights? It's not a tow truck, but some sort of service truck was like in the road, like blocking one whole side.
Oh.
Because like, yes, something had fallen, but I didn't see anything. But yeah. So it was pretty intense. Glad you got your power back.
Same.
Was Johnny already home, or did he get home later?
No, he gets home like around 5:30.
Oh, okay. And you get home at what time?
Depends. If I got a ride, so I got home shortly after 4.
Okay.
Apparently, according to Dallas, that's Johnny's stepbro, it wasn't supposed to come back on until almost 6.
Oh my.
Yeah. So we like that. Woohoo.
Yeah, we can finally record the podcast. Yay.
Right.
Well, what else is new with you?
Oh,
Sweet.
we're cleaning out the other room that we have. We've been using it for storage. And like we have like a bunch of crap in there. And it was up to the point where there was like no floor because there was so much crap in there.
Oh my god.
So last weekend we went and did actually it was just on Sunday. We did a garbage run and took a bunch of crap to the dump.
What did you have in there?
Like an old toy, some old shoes that were like completely covered in dust and grime. I'm like, fuck that. An old fan, shit like that. Yeah, we took it to the dump, paid $15 to take them there. Wasn't bad. And now there's tons of floor.
Wow.
There's like a small like mountain that we're gonna bring to Value Village. A whole bunch of crap.
Mm-hmm.
But Johnny really wants to renovate it into a man cave.
Oh my. Yeah.
Yeah, so like just as long as we can put a futon in there, whatever you want. 'Cause I don't care.
Yeah.
Mm.
What does a man cave entail? Just a TV and like video games?
Johnny doesn't play video games.
Oh my god, then what?
It's a TV so he can watch hockey games. He's gonna like hang up some hockey posters and such.
Okay. He needs a separate room for this?
No. But it's exciting. It makes me excited. So
Okay, I
why
mean, I was
not?
thinking podcast studio, but all right. Well, Jake and I are thinking of, well, we are going to be moving in like January, February ish.
Ooh.
So maybe we can look for a place with a couple bedrooms and get a podcast studio set up.
Oh my.
Yeah, we can start recording again when COVID's done.
Mhm.
But who knows? That could be years from now.
Yeah.
How's that been? Like going through old shit? You find a lot of stuff that you kind of forgot you had?
Yeah. Most definitely. But
Anything you decided to keep?
nope.
It's all trash.
Yeah, I find that if I don't love it, then I'm not gonna keep it.
Yeah,
It's just a pain in the ass to have so much crap, and I'd rather have like room.
makes sense. Let's see, do I have anything new?
Do ya? Do ya?
I'm designing a tattoo for a friend.
Nice.
That's been kind of fun. It's something that, like, kind of joked about with friends a lot
Oh.
for like many years. Well, I guess not really joked about it. I've had friends be like, I gotta get you to design me a tattoo one day.
Oh
And I
yeah.
just be like, oh, yeah, yeah. But it was just neither of us ever really took it seriously, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I've obviously been getting a lot more into tattoos lately. So
Yep.
when Brandon asked me to design something for him, I was like, you know what? Yes, this sounds fun.
Wait, is this BJ again?
Yeah,
Oh, what are you designing for him?
it's like a sugar skull girl.
Oh. La Katrina or just a sugar skull girl?
La what?
La Katrina? She's the spirit of I think like she's the spirit of Day of the Dead, where she like protects the dead souls.
I've
Oh
never heard
no.
of this, so I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Okay.
La Calavera Katrina.
La
Um,
Katrina.
La Calavera Katrina, or Katrina Lazamun. I don't know how to say that. Jasmun a Calavera Garbancera. I sound like I'm talking in an Italian accent. Okay, she's a 1910 to 1913 zinc etching by the Mexican printmaker, cartoon illustrator, and lithographer Jose Guadalupe Posada. So, okay, she's an icon of the Mexican Dia de Muertos, or Day of the Dead. I
Mm.
have definitely seen this print before. So it's just an art piece. That's cool.
Yeah, there's like costumes that Mexican women do
Mm-hmm.
and shit. Like I want to get La Katrina tattooed on me. I think that's my next tattoo.
I'm like looking at it right now and I'm like, I would love to have this on me.
Right.
That is
There's like
sick.
so many images.
I love it. Okay, no, it's not her. It's just a sugar skull girl. Sugar
Okay.
skull girl. It's been fun so far. It's very slow work because I don't really have a lot of time to put into it, but here and there, I'm adding to it.
Nice.
But yeah, we'll see if anything comes of that. I guess it'd be cool to have my artwork on someone's body.
Yeah, it would be really cool.
Yeah. Anyway, um, that's pretty much it for me.
Nice.
Shall we dive into Seraphina?
Let's do it.
Cool. Where did we leave off our characters?
Shit. Where did we leave off?
Good God.
Well, Seraphina was attacked by Princess Dion.
Right.
Yes, it was. She gets real drunk while getting stitched up, and what's her face? Griselda
What's her face?
glimpses her scales.
Oh
Um,
my God.
but Seraphina like manages to trick her into thinking that it's a saint's something.
Girdle.
I want to call it like a girdle, but it's not a girdle.
That's
They
what
call
she
it something
says.
else.
Girdle.
They call it something else. Burthen, a saint's burthen.
Oh. It is a girdle, but it is a saint's burthen. That's what they
Okay.
think anyway.
I so she's told them that it's a girdle.
Uh-huh.
They like to believe that. They believe in it.
Well, I have a theory that
What?
Griselda knows that it's
Scales.
scales, but she's covering for Seraphina.
Hmm.
But we'll see.
Um, and Orma has decided to be a felon and is on the run.
Did you say a villain?
Felon.
Oh, a felon. I was like, villain?
No.
And then Seraphina was being chased by Bessind the last time we left them
Oh
off.
yeah, and she led him right to the Saint Odgo heretics.
The Sons
Saint.
of Saint Ogdo.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so.
he's dead.
Well, that's where we are right now. So, chapter 27. Seraphina runs into this crowd of the Sons of Saint Ogdo, followed by Basind, and shouts that he's trying to hurt her in an effort to get him off her tail. So the sons obviously need no explanation, as they need little
Yep.
excuse to harm Asar, and they fucking mob his ass.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, so that was expected. He's probably a corpse in the street now.
Mhm.
And that's when Fina notices the Earl of Apsig among the sons, disguised as one of them. Fucking Joseph, Earl of Apsig.
That asshole.
This motherfucker. He tries to conceal himself from Fina's eyes. She looks for the guard and spots them escorting the royal coaches around to the Golden Plays. The sons see them too and then spread out across the roadway, clearly waiting for the Ardmagar's coach. So I guess they're trying to stop him or like take him or something.
Ambush.
Yeah. Fina then sees Joseph duck up an alley, so she also leaves. She makes her way through town. It doesn't really say that she follows him, but like I feel like that should be what it is, but it doesn't actually say that, and she doesn't seem to follow him.
Hmm.
So I found that slightly confusing. What do you think? Did you think she was following him?
Mm, I think she went to Saint Odgo. Saint Odgo? Saint is the cathedral.
Yeah, but was she following him? It doesn't say that she's following him. She's just kind of making her way through town.
I feel like she's not because it said earlier, like I think maybe in the last chapter or so, that she was going to go to that cathedral. Maybe it's
Okay.
an accident.
So she just sees him and doesn't give a fuck. She's like, alright, peace.
Yeah.
Alright, he bounces and she's like, alright, bye. Okay, Seraphina, Mrs. I thought you were intense about figuring out the mystery, but you're fine with this guy just bouncing. Alright. So yeah, she makes her way through town, discovering that the Sons have gangs all over. They're seizing bridges and rioting.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So, pretty chaotic. Fina wanted to make it to her father's, but the Sons are holding Cathedral Bridge, which I guess is the way to her father's. So she can't cross, she can't get there. So she takes refuge in the cathedral until the guard can retake the bridge. But she's not the only one. There are about 50 people in the cathedral also seeking refuge. She creeps toward the south transept, not wanting the priests to notice her for some reason, which is not explained. Maybe she just doesn't want to talk to people, because that's a very Fina thing. So she wanders behind the mega harmonium and into the chapel and notices something has been painted over on the wall. It's Saint Gertrudis's motto. That's hard to say. Gertrudis's motto, which is no heaven but this. And there's also a difficult to discern portrait of her on the wall.
Is that her saint?
It is the heretic. That's why she's been
Ah.
painted over.
Like her face isn't visible because she's heretic.
She's not really visible at all. It's just you kind of see a shadow behind the paint type of thing.
Oh, okay, okay.
She's been painted over. But that makes me wonder, when was it decided that Saint Gertrudis was a heretic.
Ah.
Like, who decided this? When did they decide this?
Hmm.
Why was she suddenly a heretic? If she was, like, respected as a saint before?
Hmm.
Very curious. Because we haven't really received information on that at all, have we?
Yeah, I don't know anything about this saint other than the fact that she's a heretic. Heretic.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we forgot to do?
See,
Yeah.
you can do it after this chapter. I was gonna remind you when you're done this chapter.
Oh, goodness. All right, we'll finish this and then we'll talk about tea and I'll edit it and it'll be fine. Ow! I just punched my headset.
Hurt yourself.
Good God. All right. So, Fina hears muttering out in the transept and peeks out to see Joseph.
What the frick?
Yeah. And he's
That-
talking with a priest. A priest in a red robe wearing a big rosary or something. She watches them confer, embrace, and then part. Joseph leaves and Fina loses sight of the priest. She then notices a figure moving weirdly in the north aisle of the nave, and she suspects a Tsar, who obviously intends stealth but is unfamiliar with the usual means of achieving it. Can you just picture this for a moment? Someone trying to be stealthy but looking really like weird and not doing it right. That's just hysterical.
Like the cartoon stuff? I
Yeah,
have no idea how to imagine it.
but like slightly more disturbing, I feel like slightly more creepy.
Hmm.
I want this to be a movie just so I can watch this Tsar pretend to be stealthy but being really bad at it. Anyway, when the figure reaches the north transept, Fina recognizes Komanut, the Ardmagar. So he is creeping through the cathedral for some unknown reason. She follows him towards the apse and to the end of the chapel, where a statue of Saint Gobnate sits with a blessed beehive in her lap. I love all these saints. Gotta be real. This one's just chilling with a beehive, and there's another one who has her head on a plate.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, that's Fina's like her like fake saint.
Okay, the one with the head on her plate.
Her head on a
The one
plate.
over
Yeah,
there.
she holds a plate with her head in it. I love that.
Jesus, what the fuck?
Another tattoo idea right there.
What the fuck?
No, you don't want a tattoo of a person holding their head in a plate? Komanut turns to face Fina and smiles. Gross.
Mm-hmm.
But his smile fades when he recognizes her. So he was clearly expecting to meet someone else. Who could that be?
Oh.
Who was Komanut so excited to meet up with?
I have no idea
Yeah,
who we would have dealt with.
I am honestly stumped. He asks what she wants, and she tells him about the Cabal out to destroy the peace. I'm saying this word wrong. I think it's Cabal.
Cabal?
She
I'd
tells him.
probably call it Cabal.
Okay, she tells him about the Cabal out to destroy the peace. He is sure she doesn't have a single name, but she says General Akara. Komanut says Akara was caught and modified 20 years ago. Also very creepy. They were modified. Like, alright, that's okay.
Is that
sounds
mind wipe?
invasive. Yeah, I imagine it's just the mind wipe thing, but it's just the
I don't
casual.
like that word.
Right?
That word's not nice to use for a living thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we caught this dude and modified him. Okay. Yeah, I'm creeped out. Just gonna mess with the brain. That's cool. Fina then questions why he never informed the queen, and he says his generals are loyal. If she wishes to convince him of a plot, she'll have to do better. Everything about Komanut is just super sus to me at this point when I was reading. I was like, this guy is so off and wrong and something ain't right. How'd you feel about it?
I was curious what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah.
definitely has plans sneaking around.
Yeah.
But
Like,
I had
it's
no idea.
just so weird. Fina's about to argue, but someone grabs her from behind and stabs her in the back. Dun dun dun! The end of that chapter. Of the book. Good night, the end.
Yep.
No, that's just the end of that chapter.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I want to know what your reaction was when you read that.
My reaction was to flip the page and read.
Yeah, keep going.
And that was
No spoilers.
I wasn't supposed to read on. Oh, so I'm trying to say. Like
Oh,
that was when our chapters
we're
for
supposed to end.
last week were supposed to end and I
Oh.
wasn't supposed to and I went for another two.
Damn! Okay.
I did the same thing. It was like, damn, I have to know what happens next. Flip.
Yeah, when you end a chapter with the main character gets stabbed in the
Like, what
back,
the fuck?
you kind of gotta keep going.
That's a bit crazy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. So, shall we talk about tea?
Sure.
What are we drinking today, Jess?
Drinking the last of my blueberry rooibos. Rooibos?
Roy Boss.
Rooibos mixed with my strawberry grapefruit green tea.
Oh, you
It's
mixed it?
very nice. Yay. I
Dang.
sure did.
How do you do that? Do you just put both of them in a cup or in a kettle?
I put them both in my tea bag thing for loose leaf tea.
Oh,
Hmm.
I see.
Sometimes I'll put two different tea bags, like a chamomile and a peppermint, because chamomile and mint taste good together.
This is true.
Hmm.
Well, that
Yeah,
sounds bomb as fuck.
it sure is. It's like drinking juice.
Oh man,
It's so nice.
I'm sad I can't have any. I'm drinking a honeybush
Mm.
mandarin orange.
Whoa.
Yes,
What brand is that?
it's Twinings.
Oh,
I don't know how to say it.
yeah, Twinings.
Twinings.
Hmm.
It's Twinings. Um, it's actually quite tasty. I just put a little bit of honey in it. It's like really
Hmm.
nice.
Ooh, that sounds fancy.
And as someone who is not a fan of like
Oh yeah.
oranges or mandarins,
Oh my god.
it's
What the
like
fuck?
okay, I'm a freak. I get it. Anyway, yes, it's pretty darn good. It's like I don't know. It's just like comforting. It's really nice.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna recommend Tazo tea for you. I'm sure you've seen it at Superstore. It's also a really good brand.
Yeah, that's the one that Jake
Tazo.
Jake buys his English breakfast from. It's Tazo.
Ah, dang it.
Uh-huh. So we have David's Tea, Tazo, and Twinings here.
Hell yeah.
What's that one brand that I like? It's huge, but I'm not a big fan of. Tetley.
Okay, okay.
Tetley's like kind of poop.
Yeah, it's mediocre tea.
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah,
like used to really rich bodied teas with a lot of punch and a lot of flavor, and I don't know. I feel like Tetley ones are just
This is
meh. They're just so meh.
meh. Exactly.
But I haven't had Tetley in a really long time, and I've drunk a lot of tea since then, so maybe my palate has changed. I don't know.
I think I have Tetley tea, and it's pretty mediocre.
Everyone I know has like a huge Tetley thing of orange pico.
I don't.
Like just a massive box of orange pico Tetley tea. And I feel like it's from Costco because it's
What
always a
kind
huge box.
kind of tea is orange pico? Is that a rooibos?
No, it's a black tea,
Hmm.
I think. Let me check that before I
Alright.
embarrass myself.
What is that? I know that's like the most popular tea at Tim Hortons when I work there. The steep tea is the orange pico
Yeah.
when everyone orders that.
Let's see. Oh, interesting. tea leaf grading? What the hell is this?
What?
Uh, the highest grades for Western and South Asian teas are referred to as orange pekoe, and the lowest
What?
as fannings or dust. What am I reading right now? What? In the tea industry, tea leaf grading is the process of evaluating products based on the quality and condition of the tea leaves themselves. So any tea that's like really high quality is called orange pekoe?
What the fuck?
What? Pekoe tea grades are classified into various qualities, each determined by how many of the adjacent young leaves were picked along with the leaf buds. Top quality Pico grades consist of only the leaf buds, which are picked using the balls of the fingertips. Fingernails and mechanical tools are not used to avoid bruising. What the hell? Bruh.
What the frick? I had no idea.
I am so
So,
confused.
so it's a black tea that comes from China, but aren't drunken in China.
Is not drunk in China?
Yeah, it's generally not known within Chinese-speaking countries.
The tea industry uses the term orange pekoe to describe a basic medium grade black tea consisting of many whole tea leaves of a specific size. Wow! My mind is blown. What? So it's not like its own thing?
Oh my gosh.
Bruh! Wait, why does it all taste the same then? Or is that just our heads tricking us because it's all called orange pekoe? Oh my god.
Like the tea is red.
Right?
It's a red color.
Yeah.
What the fudge?
Maybe it does come from a specific plant? It doesn't say that though.
The type of leaf they.
Yeah, it says any generic black tea.
But it's like the specific way they pick it. Like, is that used for all black teas or just orange pekoe?
I think just orange pekoe, because any black tea that's picked that way could be called orange pekoe. Because maybe all other teas are like mixed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like mixed with a. Like Earl Grey is black tea mixed with bergamot.
Fuck is bergamot?
It's a type of flower, I think.
Hmm.
Okay.
So, I think it's an unopened terminal leaf bud.
Okay, so it's just like a basic tea that's like not mixed with anything else, is how I'm understanding it.
I'm not understanding it at all. So I'm out of here. It's using words I don't understand. Please dumb it down.
Okay, well, I'm not sure either if I fully understand this, but my best guess from what I've read is that any generic black tea that's picked using this high quality method of the balls of the fingertips is called orange pekoe. So
Yeah.
other black teas are different because they're mixed with other plants. Does that make sense?
I think so.
I want to know why it's called orange.
Medium grade black tea consisting of many or whole leaves of a specific size. That's literally what it is.
Oh, dude. Sir Thomas Lipton, the 19th century British tea magnate, is widely credited with popularizing, if not inventing, the term orange pekoe, which seems to have no Chinese precedent for Western markets. Bruh, Lipton! That's the other popular one. The orange in orange pekoe is sometimes mistaken to mean the tea has been flavored with orange, orange oils, or is otherwise associated with oranges. However, the word orange is unrelated to the tea's flavor. There are two explanations for its meaning, though neither is definitive. The Dutch House of Orange-Nassau, now the royal family, was already the most respected aristocratic family in the days of the Dutch Republic, and came to control the de facto head of state position of Holland and Zeeland. The Dutch East India Company played a central role in bringing tea to Europe and may have marketed the tea as orange to suggest association with the House of Orange. I had no idea the royal family was called Orange.
Me neither.
The one that makes more sense to me is the color.
Yeah.
The copper color of a high-quality oxidized leaf before drying, or the final bright orange color of the dried picos in the finished tea may be related to the name. Wait, what's a pico? How did I miss that? What the heck's a pico? Oh, lordy Lou. Oh, hell, here it is. When used outside the context of black tea grading, the term pico describes the unopened terminal leaf buds in tea flushes. Okay, got it. We know what it is now. We are educated. Hello?
Hello.
Did you
I'm
pass
not
out?
very educated. Yeah, my brain just stopped.
That was me last time. I could not understand anything that was happening. Oh, good God. Anyway, this honeybush orange mandarin tea is pretty good.
I bet it is.
All right, chapter 28.
Chapter 28. She wasn't really stabbed. They got her in the scales. And faster than she can believe, the Ardvigar killed the guy who stabbed her. He was a priest. Whoop.
Whoop. Can we pause for a second, though?
Hmm.
So, that last chapter 27 ends with it saying she was stabbed in the back.
Uh-huh.
Or someone stabbed me in the back.
Uh-huh.
And then this one starts with, or tried to anyway.
Yeah.
Can I just
Like,
say,
nice.
I strongly dislike misleading the reader like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it cheap.
It is a little bit.
Like, okay, dude, you're really gonna fucking do that shit? It's like I feel like it's like a jump scare. It's just like a cheap,
Yeah.
cheap way to get a reaction.
Uh-huh.
So it doesn't end up having any substance. Anyway,
Great.
yeah, that's my opinion on that. So she was stabbed by a priest who hit her in the scales, and then Komanat killed his ass. Got it.
Yup. So this happened real fast, I think, before she could blink. Just joking. But it feels like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she recognizes the priest as the same guy who was talking to Joseph.
Bruh.
And then she recognizes him as Thomas Broadwick.
Wow, Johnny, okay. Do you want to fucking go? Is that a challenge?
Don't tear a burp in my ear. I don't want to hear that. Okay, so then she recognizes the priest as Thomas Broadwick, who is the guy who told her that ladies who consort with Quigs end up in sacks in the river.
Yes, the one who like threatened her and like followed her and
Yeah.
was a real douchebag.
When he saw her like buy something from that Quig, the little lizard thing.
Yeah, so my immediate question was he trying to kill Komanat or Seraphina?
I thought it was coming out a bit crazy. Just go after Seraphina all of a sudden. But you know what? Who knows? This is Thomas we're talking about.
If it wasn't Thomas, for sure I would be like, oh, they were just trying to get to Komanat and Seraphina was just in the way. But because it's Thomas and he like has it out for Seraphina,
Yep.
that's why I was like, oh, maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe?
So after this, they are voluntarily confined to the bishop's study until the queen's guard arrives, so they can get the questions over this murder. What happened?
Oh, shit.
So Kamanat is freaking out because he doesn't understand why he killed Thomas and why he felt the need to protect Seraphina. But he also understands that if Seraphina hadn't been there, that he'd probably be dead. But he's like really upset about why he protected her. He doesn't understand.
Yeah, he's even like, do I love you?
Right?
It's like, bruh, that's just sad, bro.
He describes how he felt, about how he acted without thinking, because the idea of her hurting made him hurt. And he's like, what is this? So she tries
He's like
to
a child.
explain empathy.
Yeah.
Right. But he's too disgusted with his human form for acting on its own, I guess. So Kix enters the room and asks what happened. Kamanat tells him, And Kix pulls out the crumpled dagger that stabbed Seraphina's scales.
Oh shit.
But it's like crushed.
Yeah.
Uh, Seraphina tells him that she was stabbed, but her saint's burden saved her. Good
Wow.
save, Seraphina.
Mhm.
Hmm. Kix is horrified by her near death. He's really shocked. So he like dismisses the Unrecover, I think, because he bounces. And he warns him about leaving his guards. They don't freaking leave your guards. Scold, scold, scold.
Yeah. Naughty, naughty boy.
Mm-hmm. So Kix questions Seraphina some more. He asks if she knows why the killer tried to kill her. So she shows Kix the lizard statue and tells him that Thomas was offended by her buying from a quick. He asks what it does and he fiddles around with it until he twists its head and it starts speaking in Quiggle. Yeah.
Quigoodle? Quigoodle? Quigoodle Muya?
Quiggle. Yeah. And it's just a rant about SARS. Like, I can see you pretending to be human, dummy. Something like that.
I can see you pretending to be human, dummy. Literally, Seraphina to Komana in the cathedral.
So Kiggs tells her that the device doesn't answer his question, and Seraphina just stands there like, trying to think of another answer. And he's like, "You know what? Fine. I'd rather your silence than a lie." Ooh.
Ooh,
Seraphina's
yikers.
like, "I never wanted to lie," and then she starts crying.
Aw.
Kiggs apologizes because he's pretty upset with her tears, and tells her that he knows of Princess Dion's assault on her. Bitch.
That
Cakes
bitch.
tells her that if she's in any sort of trouble, that she must tell him so he can help. So Seraphina tells him that she can't tell him, and she doesn't want to lie. And
Uh-huh.
then she like seriously contemplates telling him for a little bit
Right.
before she's like, "No, it's not safe."
What do you think
Uh,
he would do if she told him?
I think he would freak out like he did when she started speaking Mutya in front of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost his shit there. I wouldn't trust.
Okay, okay, but the circumstances I feel like were a little different. They were face to face with a dragon and she just popped out of nowhere with that shit.
I guess.
But say like what do you think if she like sat him down and was like, I'm gonna tell you something really serious, but like I'm still a me and then confessed. Do you think it would be different or do you think he'd still like lose his shit?
I think they need to work on their relationship a little bit more
Right.
before you should consider such a thing. Because
Gain
I think
all
they're
of his
breakup.
trust before you betray him. Got
Yup.
it.
Absolutely. Kinks recommends suing the princess.
Damn, Kings!
He's like, press charges, please.
Shit.
And Seraphina considers it, which I thought was not good enough. Like, bitch, press charges.
Yeah.
Seraphina begs for his forgiveness, and he tells her to call him Kiggs again, and now they're friends.
I love
And that's that
Kings.
chapter. I know. He seemed really sweet in this chapter.
Yeah, I mean, even when he's mad, he's just a good guy.
Hmm. He's cute. I like him.
Yeah, but that also makes me. The fact that he's such a good guy makes me wonder if that's like a death sentence for him, like it would be in Game of Thrones.
Right?
He'd already be dead if this was Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Eh, cool. I feel like I had something to say, but I'm not remembering it.
Yeah, he took a
Fuck.
breath to say something. Okay, chapter 29.
God damn it.
Back in her room, Seraphina considers leaving everything behind and just disappearing to keep from hurting Kix. Which I
Aww.
doubt. I think she's doing it to keep herself from being hurt. And then she's like, but it's to protect Kix. She's protecting herself, I think.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, because if she leaves, I think that's what would hurt Kiggs.
Yeah. She's doing it to protect her own feelings.
But I guess she's afraid that if she told him, that would hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So she starts self harming again and accidentally kicks her satchel off her bed, and a letter and a package spill out of her little bag.
Okay.
It's from her dad apologizing for how he has treated her and telling her that her mom had another flute. And she opens the package to find an ebony flute.
Ebony.
Ebony flute inlaid
Fancy.
with silver and mother of pearl.
Damn.
What the flip is mother of pearl?
Some fancy ass shit.
I'm googling this shit. Oh, nacre,
Ooh.
necre.
An organic, inorganic composite material produced by some mollusks as an inner shell layer. It is also the material of which pearls are composed. It is strong,
Oh,
resilient, and iridescent.
that's so pretty to have that iridescent color on a black flute.
Mm-hmm.
So the flute invigorates her to continue playing detective. So she goes to Commandant's rooms, and the guards let her in, no questions. Surprise. She was all ready to play him. Just
Like
walk
last
her
time.
right in. Yeah. And they're like, oh, come in.
Mm-hmm.
So Seraphina wants to continue telling him about Imlan's generals, but Commandant really doesn't believe they exist or are not a threat if they do. So he doesn't take Seraphina seriously at all.
But why?
Right?
Like, what harm is there going to be if you just take it seriously and, like, put some, like, look into it?
Right? That's freaking weird. She's like, no, go away. Stop with your paranoia.
Right? Like,
Uh,
what does he think her intentions are by if she was lying? Like, why?
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Makes no sense.
Freaking SARS. So Seraphina realizes that they are dealing with a very clever dragon who is probably going to get Saint Odgo's sons, killing innocents, so they too will be banned from the city, along with the knights. And then there's gonna be no dragon killers.
Oh, damn.
So she's like, and as this realization hits her, and she like leaves the room.
Okay, but before that,
Uh?
when they were, like, talking, I noticed that the writer was, like, puppeteering Komanot quite a bit.
Mhm.
Like, describing his movements a lot.
Mhm.
Like, scratching his chin or drumming his fingers, etc.,
Mhm.
etc.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to point that out because normally I'm not a fan of too much of this. I find it distracting and unnecessary, and it like kind of pulls away from the reader's imagination, I feel like,
Yeah.
of how someone might act during a conversation.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, usually I'm just like, what is this really adding to the story? Unless it's like a very specific thing that they're doing, then I feel like it's kind of worthless. But I also, in my own writing, find it very tempting to do that sort of thing with my characters. I find myself having to resist the urge a lot to like describe them like moving a hand or like rolling their eyes or
Oh
stuff like
yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Um, but I think in this case, it makes sense for Komanot because he's a dragon in a human body, and so he's like moving oddly, and it makes more sense that Fina is likely to notice all his odd, weird movements.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that it was really only here in the book that all this like puppeteering of the character seems to happen. So I haven't really noticed that like when Hartman writes about Kiggs or Griselda, it's only really with Komanot, and I was like, why? But I think that's why. So I thought that was kind of neat. And that was writing school with Raven.
Nice.
Back to our regularly scheduled program.
um. So she leaves the office and she bumps into Kiggs, who's waiting for her just outside the door.
Okay, dude.
Uh, so she asks him to come with her because she needs to tell him English Zelda something.
Oh
Um,
my god.
apparently he had let his guards down and just let her do whatever the fuck she wants, but to let him know so that he can come and like intercept her. But yeah,
Genius.
and that is that chapter.
It really feels like shit's coming to a head, doesn't it?
It's happening. We're pretty close to the end, yo.
Yeah, holy, where are we now? Let's see. We have less than a quarter left.
Mhm.
Let's see. Oh my god, we have way less than a quarter left.
Yeah, we have half of a quarter to go.
Did you say half of a quarter?
Yep. What is that, 1/8?
Yeah. Okay, we just finished chapter 29 and there's 37 chapters. So we're getting
Oh, shit.
very, very close.
Mm-hmm.
Holy moly! Any last thoughts, theories? Any change of characters you like, hate?
I still don't like Joseph.
Yeah.
He's definitely the bad guy. A little bit sus of Commandant,
Hmm.
but I like King, so I'm glad he's back. And that their fight didn't last too long.
Yeah. I feel like with Komanut, it's like I don't know how to describe what I'm thinking, but something's just super really weird and off and like why disregard your own safety so much?
Mm-hmm.
If someone's like, look, someone's out to get you, why would you not take that seriously?
Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
freaking weird.
maybe
Is it
if
pride?
maybe and maybe like he sees Seraphina as like a little cockroach and he's like, ha ha ha, why would I take anything you say seriously?
What's going on over here?
Oh, you hear the sirens?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm in Wally right now, so
Oh, man.
you know, there's always like gunshots and sirens going on down here.
Don't be surprised.
It's gone. I think we're good. I'm safe. I think. We'll look around the apartment real quick. No murderers. So we're gonna end this one here. If you want more of the podcast, please follow us on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at Tigbab Podcast, or you can follow us separately. My handle is Crimby, Jess's is just.egan24. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search Tigbab Podcast or Tea is Good, Books Are Better, and we should show up there. Also, please subscribe to our good friend Baram Barami on YouTube. He's the one who made our jingle, which you heard at the start of this episode, and he's a really cool guy and makes dope stuff, so check him out. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/teaisgood.booksArebetter. We have a few different tea-themed tiers with fun rewards, such as behind-the-scenes content, outtakes, and mini-episodes in which we force our brother to watch Game of Thrones, which he hates. So you will be getting something in return for your contribution, and you'd also be helping us improve the podcast with better equipment. But we also just appreciate you listening. And please don't forget to share the podcast with your family and your friends. It is the best way for us to grow. Thank you so much for listening. Come back next time to find out who the fuck is causing trouble, because we're going to find out who the fuck is causing trouble. Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Oh, we will. We will.
Oh.
All right. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.